Coming up on CPTV, the Crown Point Square undergoes renovation to be more pedestrian friendly, new anonymous tip line methods improve school safety, and yearbook distribution is approaching for the 2018-2019 school year. CPTV is up next.
Hi, I'm Morgan Kyleman.
And I'm Evan Holland.
Welcome to CPTV. Sebastian Zenowitz will have your 5-day weather forecast, and John Lieber will bring us CP Sports highlights.
Here's what's happening at Crown Point High School.
The Crown Point Square has been under construction for the past few weeks, leading to many lane closures and limited parking. The construction project is meant to add pedestrian bump outs around the square. Here's CPTV's Olivia Bianco with more.
On the Crown Point Square, construction on the brand new sidewalks began last month. The most noticeable addition in this project are the new pedestrian bump outs, shortening the distance that pedestrians have to walk between the streets. The call for this new project happened after an unfortunate pedestrian accident occurred while trying to cross.
I really like the way the sidewalk looks. It does make you feel a little safer. It gives it a little bit more depth. And I like the fact that they're really taking care of the downtown area here in Crown Point. I come here a lot of time, many Sundays, and I really enjoy coming down, and I like the fact that they're really taking care of the surroundings here to make it a really nice place for families and everyone to come.
The city's new plan will include 18 bump outs to currently existing crosswalks, and 2 brand new crosswalks will also be added. While a drawback to this project will be a slight decrease in parking spots around the square area, the city of Crown Point has promised there is plenty of parking off the square.
While the project is in its final stages, residents are already pleased with its results. For CPTV, I'm Olivia Bianco.
Construction is scheduled to be wrapping up near the end of May.
The phrase, "if you see something, say something," has become an important tool in keeping schools safe. Students are often the first to learn about a problem and are therefore most reliable sources when it comes to detecting incidents before they escalate or even occur in the first place. Schools across the nation have been implementing anonymous tip lines, but now have the option to use a Safe Schools Alert System app available on Google Play and the App Store. Crown Point High School is just one of the many schools now offering anonymous reporting through the app.
The Safe School app is another means of communication for families and students to use in our district to report things that might be of a safety concern. Students can download the app on their phone and then use it to tip off the district to which they would be able to know which building to address the issue with. Administration receives those tips and is able to address whatever that safety concern might be. And I think one of the things that's comfortable for the user is that it's anonymous. Once you have the app, you can send a tip via email, phone call, and or text message. You might notice that there's some advertisements throughout the building indicating how to download the app and also how to use it, but we find it's another security measure that we're going to use so that we can maintain safety at our school.
Excalibur Yearbook will be distributing the 2018-2019 yearbook in the main entrance during lunches next Thursday and Friday, May 16th and 17th. Inspired by the year 2019, this year's theme is Destination 219. A few remaining yearbooks will be available for $80 at the distribution tables for students who did not pre-order their copy.
Since we do live in the 219 and it is graduating year of 2019, it is very special since it ties where we live and who we are just all together. We have Destination 219 because we are a very goal-oriented school.
Distribution is on May 16th and 17th during all lunches. If you haven't purchased your yearbook yet, it's $80 during those days. And all the spring sports aren't in this book, but you'll get a spring supplement with all of them in there, so like baseball, track, all those things so that they're not left out.
We like to make this book very fun and incorporate a lot of slang and just stuff that is very specific to us at Crown Point.
Rain, snow, wind, and just about every other weather condition seems to have hit Northwest Indiana these past few weeks. But as we continue through May, we'll start seeing some warmer temperatures.
Here's CPTV's Sebastian Zenowitz with what you can expect in this week's forecast.
This past weekend brought in chilly temperatures, but can we see spring-like weather throughout the rest of the week? Well, for the rest of the day, we could definitely see a chance of showers and thunderstorms. At noon, it will be 64 degrees with thunderstorms in the area. And by 3 o'clock, the same conditions will persist and temperatures will drop slightly to 60. The temperature will continue to drop throughout the afternoon and evening, and the storms will persist through the night. For your 5-day forecast, tomorrow we can expect the rain to continue with a chance of showers throughout the day and a high of 66. Friday, rain will move out of the area with a high of 55. As we head into your weekend, temperatures will continue to stay in the 60s. On Saturday, the high will be at 63 with mostly sunny skies. On Sunday, we'll see the sun persist with the high of 62. Monday, we're going to see a high around 77 with sunny skies. That's your 5-day weather forecast. Have a great day, everyone. Morgan, Evan.
Thanks, Sebastian. At least it's done snowing.
Yep, but spring sports teams have been battling the rain as they continue through their seasons. Here's CPTV's John Lieber with your CP Sports highlights.
After a long rainy week, the baseball team was set up to play a split doubleheader on Saturday against Valpo in the morning and Andrean in the afternoon. In the morning game, the Dogs took a 3-1 win over the Vikings. CP senior Ryan Fender had 11 strikeouts. In the afternoon game, the Dogs traveled to Andrean, where 49ers Vanderbilt commit Mikey Doolin pitched a complete game, only allowing 1 run and had 9 strikeouts. The Dogs ultimately lost 3-1. CP's next game came Monday night against Valpo. Led by Jonathan Subotnik's 2 hits and an RBI, CP won 7-5. The Bulldogs currently stand at 17-2 and travel to Maryville tonight at 4:30. The softball team also geared up for a doubleheader against Boone Grove Saturday. In the 10 a.m. game, Crown Point pitcher Matty Ellish threw a complete game shutout with 12 strikeouts, with a final score of 6-0. In the 1 o'clock game, Brinkley Kita continued the team's great pitching performance by pitching the second complete game of the day with 15 strikeouts. The Dogs won 8-1. CP also played Lake Central on Monday night, where they lost 1-0. Caitlin Phillips led the team with 2 hits. The Dogs currently stand at 16-4 and travel to Valpo tonight at 4:30. The girls' tennis team met with Maryville Monday night, where they won 4-1. The team's next match is tonight against Portage at 4:15. The boys' track team traveled to Valpo for the annual Valpo Relays last Friday. Notable winners from Friday were senior Matt Hanlon, who won the junior-senior 400-meter dash and the 800-meter run. Sophomore Quentin Bach took home both the freshman-sophomore 3,200 and 1,600-meter runs. And sophomore Jake Osman, who won both the freshman-sophomore long jump and high jump. The team placed 3rd overall behind Chesterton and Penn. And that's it for sports.
For most, this is just another normal week. But for the other students, the next 2 weeks are going to be full of testing. AP testing began on Monday and will continue through Friday, May 17th.
I think there's a pretty big barrier of getting comfortable with taking a pretty high-risk exam. You train all year long, all semester long in order to take this. So I think preparing the kids in order to be comfortable with taking the exam, knowing what's going to be on the exam, I think that's a pretty big hurdle to get over.
A good night's sleep is the biggest thing, even more important than I think than having a good breakfast, which is also extremely important. Sleep is highly underrated. We get in a routine where instead of getting more sleep, which you should do, we stay up later and survive on 1 or 2 or 3 hours, or sometimes none at all. And while that may be okay for cramming that one particular day, it has a lot of negative health consequences that can stick with you for quite a while. Your sleep routine takes a while to get back into a healthy cycle. So getting enough sleep is huge. Putting away the unnecessary, maybe social activities for just 1 or 2 weeks that maybe take a backseat to studying and preparing and going to review sessions, but also, of course, getting a nice healthy breakfast in the morning, trying to make sure you get to school on time so you're not too rushed and stressed and hyperventilating by the time you get to that test. Instead, you're calm and relaxed and have a nice full tummy.
Yeah, I feel confident that I can get a good score on the test because I've spent months studying and getting online practice material and books and coming to review sessions after school.
Summer school registration is now available through the course registration link found on the Student RDS homepage. A variety of online and traditional classroom courses are offered in the summer months, including government, economics, physical education, health, and more. For a detailed list of course offerings or registration instructions, visit the CPHS homepage and click the Summer School Information link.
Here at CPTV, Senior Evan Holland has been instrumental in the culture and success of our radio and TV programs. Whether he was on air, directing shows, producing Shop Local commercials, creating our dog radio app, or winning state and regional awards, Evan constantly left his mark on our productions. Here's CPTV's Armando Bracco with more.
In every program, there's always that one person who you can rely on. There's always that person who manages to keep things together and help others at the same time. That person has been Evan Holland for Crowntown Media. He has been successful with his own work while helping build the program.
I joined CPTV as a freshman. When we got like the course selection sheet, I saw radio and TV on there, and I was like, that's weird, like that'd be interesting. I didn't even realize like that's a class you could take. So I took it to try it out. I've always loved technology, and it just like the description kind of looked like it'd be something fun, and immediately like the first week of the class just fell in love with it. All the stuff we were doing, the teacher made it so interesting, but it's so inspiring to me to see what the program behind me will be like. We have a lot of kids that are really passionate about this, really want to go into it. So just being able to kind of show them the tricks I've learned along the way, as far as just something as simple as wrapping a cable to something as complex as running our video equipment for our news shows and our technical directors.
Evan became a top segment producer and technical director as a sophomore. In his junior year, he became the director and began helping work towards launching the dog radio. Evan, in his senior year, has helped build the program with his technical abilities to allow it to flourish in the future.
For CPTV, I'm Evan Holland.
That's it for today's show. Thanks for tuning in and being with us.
Remember, you can view all of our past episodes on crowntownmedia.org.
You can also follow us on Twitter at CrownTMedia.
For John Lieber, Sebastian Zenowitz, and all of us here at CPTV, I'm Evan Holland.
And I'm Morgan Kyleman.
See you soon.
Take care.